What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Wilt, the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.whatsupinthesky.com. And thank you to Richard Baumeister who sent this one over to me. I've been doing so many Curiosity Rover pictures lately. I wanted to do something different. So this one's from the Spirit Rover, and I'm going to show you where you get it from right away. Here it is right here at the qtexplorium.edu Mars Spirit Pancam. This came from April 11th, 2004. Um, he had sent me a 3D stereo. He says this looks like a human torso. And his ideas were that basically everything on Mars was freeze dried. And when I start thinking about it, half the stuff we see here, maybe it was at one time. Um, a lot of people swear there's life up there now, a lot of stuff, but this whole thing is interesting to me. This is an interesting picture. There's a lot of what looks like symmetry, what seems like, bones from animals or things that were cut out. I mean, right here, the alone. And if you look at some of the last days of the Spirit Rover, like I'm really going to start going back to these Spirit Rover shots again because so many anomalies were coming down in them. It was like, it was getting to the point where I think NASA had to do something about it. And they just said, oh, look, pulled the plug, the rover's gone. So they're probably still up there running the thing like they are Opportunity. But who knows? Like I said, that's just me speculating. There's no facts, no truth, like I said, to any of that. But that's just my assumption, especially when things start looking like they were. Think there were some pretty neat anomalies in there. But if this whole picture seems to have some interesting things in it. Would seem like strange. See this rock here, whatever this thing is here, it comes off with this strange piece like this. It almost looks like vegetation. Just stuff that looks like it's got symmetry in it. This doesn't look like normal rocks. This right here, piece right here, doesn't look like a normal rock just sitting up there. I don't know if that's it looks like something happened there on Mars and just everything was just blown to bits. And I said this a million times in my pictures, but the more and more I look at this stuff, um, it's either that or there's still some sort of vegetation or something going on there. This actually looks like some sort of a gassing of out. See this right here? Looks like something's actually coming out of it. Next, some interesting stuff. This link will be below always for my pictures. I always leave the links below. Let's see if we can't pull some of this stuff out a little bit more. I mean, look at some of this stuff up here. You're gonna be amazed at some of this stuff. Um, this was all being found by the. What is this stuff? Look at this. It looks like this long cylindrical things. It looks. Here's another piece of what looks like that. That's got that stuff coming out of it, like down here. I'll show you on the other piece. Look at this stuff. Looks like stuff buried in the sand. That's perfect. Got perfect dimensions to it. Oh, what's this right here? I mean, how? Tell me this isn't cool. What's going on there? You gotta be really careful with the gamma. Let me play with the brightness a little bit. Actually, let me do some auto. It's pretty interesting. It looks like a carving of some sort. See how it's got this piece here? It's whatever is beveled and it goes in like you could pour something in there and it would hold. It almost looks like a footprint of something, like a modern day shoe on it or something. See this piece here? It looks like up front. But see how the carving actually goes around there? That's interesting. And the back piece of it is definitely looks like it was recently cut when you add the effects to it for sure. Let me back it out. There we are. That's normal. And let me see what we get when we do auto. Of course, auto color wasn't going to give me much because it's in black and white. Don't get much from that either. Okay, let's see the exposure. Let's give it some gamma. I love the gamma. The gamma starts pulling out some of these. It gets a little bit darker, but see it starts pulling out some of these corners and the edges that we really need to see in order to keep making better and better observations. And like I said, now you really can see all this stuff. It looks like some sort of vegetation out here. It looks just like it is not, like I said, I've said it many times in my videos. I go out to like areas on Earth and try and make these photographs in black and white because they say, oh, that's just what the soil looks like and things like that. And to me, I can't see it. Look up here on the mountain. Almost looks like something's written there. Just these look like the same exact symbol right there, whatever this is. And you got this coming over that way. And look at the when you start. pulling out some of the stuff. Do you see how some of this comes in and comes out, some of it comes out? I mean, you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? This is very interesting. Look at this right here. This almost looks like some sort of statue that's got two big eyes, two like a skull or something like that. Let me see if we can't pull that out any more interesting. You guys see that? What I'm looking at? Pretty interesting. That thing's just sitting there. Now, what if the stuff was freeze dried after the cataclysm hit? It's like I say, the guy's got a really great theory. I've said that a couple times on here, thinking, maybe that is what happened. But look at this. I'm thinking this whole area here has got this symmetry in it. Wait till we let's do the same thing I just did. See if I can do it to the whole picture. I don't think I can. I think I gotta just take that. Yeah, I can't do it to the whole picture. Let's do it like this. We're just gonna take the chunk of it off, and then we'll do this up here in a second. Because up here, look, there looks like some stuff up here on this ridge. See that up there? But let's do this. Okay. Just gonna grab this. We're gonna grab the whole thing. I should have backed out a little bit instead of doing it while it was so big. Alright. Move it up a little bit. Do the auto color. Brighten it up a little bit. Stuff over here too. See this stuff, how it's everywhere. I mean, there's symmetry in all of this, and curves and all sorts of good stuff. It just looks like what was left from a cataclysm. Alright, let's see. Adjustments, exposure. Let's give it some of this gamma. Ooh, that's a lot, but that's not too bad because we're going to give it a little bit of this exposure too. Let's play with the offset just a tad. See if we can't pull this stuff out. Now, let me get out the brightness a little bit. I don't know, you see, okay, look at this stuff. You see these, they're like circles. Here's what I was looking at earlier that looked like the statue of the guy there. But this stuff is very interesting. Does that look like regular dirt to you or something like that? I mean, let me back it up and put it back into context because this is a fairly wide shot. It's taking a pretty long picture. And let's look up here because I'm seeing a couple things here. I'm seeing this right here. Looks to be something interesting. And there's something right here that's pretty long. And it's got, on this edge here, there's some circular things. And also up around here is some interesting stuff. What in the world? Could this be plant life, some of this stuff? Like, could this be vines or something growing on the floor? Oops. It looks like more and more perfect symmetry in blocks and okay, let's just take a little spot here. This looks like two spheres and they come up and this goes over. Everything seems to have, what in the world is this up like that? I said this stuff's just off in the distance. I can see they're probably speculate on this stuff all day, but even up here on the mountain, it looks like it's been kind of, like I said, it's not the greatest to see, but look at this. 1, 2, 3 perfect spheres. So let's take a look at some of these more in the foreground that we can actually see. Like this one right here. Let's see if we can't pull some of this out. What's this thing going on here? All over. This picture is like a gold mine. I'm sure it's. I don't know if this thing's been seen somewhere else or not, but I'm gonna spend some time looking at this whole area, especially in this. Like say, I'm gonna be looking at some of these other saws from this time period because this stuff's pretty crazy. Image. All right, let me do the auto color. See if it brightens it back up. All right, that's pretty cool. I can work with that. Look at this. This is pretty interesting. See how this comes up and over. This comes up and around. It's almost like it's hugging that piece and it goes up and over to it. A lot of this stuff looks like metal, like just slag and stuff that's been broken up. Pieces or maybe even like it was underwater one time. Now this is where the spick said this is the spirit rover, so this was dropped in a totally different place than curiosity and opportunity. And here's the stuff that looks like it's spouting out of there, and it's either a trick in the lighting. I mean, I don't know. You guys seeing this right here? I mean, it's either a trick in something, the lighting, or if there's a blur or something that was added there from the film or from the camera. But see how it looks like it's gassing out of this round piece, and what's weird about it is the gas or whatever it is look like it's coming out of this little round piece, and it stays about the same size. And it could just be, you know how when it's really hot here on Earth, something kind of in the background kind of makes stuff hazy. Maybe that's what it's doing. More and more of this cool stuff up here. Let's see if we can't knock off some of this. Like I said, this piece right here was just too interesting, and there's another bunch of pieces right here for some interesting stuff. It looks like statues and stuff that's just been rummaged, beaten down. Image, just see that all the color works here, brings it back out. Like this thing right here. Got the 1, 2, 3, 4 crowns on it. It comes down. Looks like it's got a handle. This might not even be part of it. Um, Here it looks like some sort of gear sprocket or something like that. And then this almost looks like this would be the face looking out that way. And it's got another piece of rock here that looks pretty. Look at the symmetry in this. It's got the triangle, and this comes out and it's got a rectangle. That's pretty awesome. More and more what look like marked stuff on. Okay, here's that one piece right here. Let's take a look at this. Image, auto color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's got okay, 5 little spokes coming off of it. Now, tell me that that's not, I mean, that's pretty cool. If that had to have been made by some sort of life, whether it was made by a hand or it was life at some time. I mean, it looks like something that was just frozen in its spot. It looks like old bones or something like that. I mean, this is a great picture to look at. Like I said, thank you for sending this over, Richard. Hopefully I'm doing it justice for you. More of these. Look at like these rocks that they don't, look at that. I mean, that's interesting how it comes down and it looks like it actually burrows in. There's another spot on here like that too. Let me see if I can find it. Well, let's look at this real quick because this is too cool. Image, auto color, image. This actually looks like a ghoul. See that right? The circle around 2 spots. Now tell me that's not man-made or something. I want to, come on. Something made this. It's got art to it. That definitely has art to it. Look at that. That's awesome. Definitely digging it. Definitely digging it. This right here, this piece, this is whatever, what in the heck is this? We go to each one of these pieces and take a look. Even over here in the corner here, I'm pointing to it with my hand. It's getting me excited here. Been spending a lot of time with a new girlfriend lately. Sorry I haven't been getting the videos out, but I'll be busting them out. See, I just made a couple today. They're coming back out. Still in that like everything's awesome phase, which hopefully will never go away. Right here too. I can't believe I missed this when I was just doing this stuff. Let's see this. Yeah, somebody's yelling outside. Jeez. Ah, drama. I live in a real like quiet place too. Usually there's not people yelling outside. To go check out and check in on that and make sure everything's all right. Hold on, let me pause this. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Hopefully this is still recording. Yeah, we're at we're already at 13 minutes and something. I could just do these for a long time. You guys, it's gonna be one of them little bit longer videos as always. Usually about, I try and keep them like 15 minutes. I say that's about as much I think people can handle. But some of you guys, I know you guys will say, I love the long ones. Let's see. Man, this stuff, it's everywhere. It just looks, it's interesting. Like I said, this not as much as the other. Let's see here. What do we have here? See this coming out and around here? What in the world? Let's get a auto. What do you think that stuff is? Comment below, guys, with the time. Let me know what you guys think some of this stuff is. I know you download this picture. This is definitely one to put in your collection. Richard did a really good job sending this one on over. Look at this junk. It just looks like trash, just strewn about everywhere from a cataclysm. And I love the idea of the freeze dried. Like I said, here's what he thought looked like the torso. I mean, this is, to me, this is kind of creepy. When I look at it, it kind of creeps you out. Like this would be up like a face looking down, but this is just whatever it is. Definitely looks like it could be freeze dried. Do you think that's a viable thing? Do you think that could have happened? Why don't you let me know what you guys think about that? That when everything happened, the cataclysm, maybe everything was just freeze dried in its place, and whether it still is, or maybe just now we're looking at whatever the bones and stuff are. Um, just for giggles, I just want to show you how this stuff pulls out. There's so much symmetry in this stuff here. Watch. Let me show you how it pulls out some. Like up here, there's this circle with this around it, with this. I mean, what in the world makes that? You know, is it my other buddies who say there's teeny tiny humans up there? Are they right? You know, this looks like a block here, a perfect block. This looks to be sanded off. This thing, what in the world? Look at this thing, another weird thing here. There's the weird stuff all over this. And look what's buried in here. This is pretty cool. Let's check this out. See if we can't get this to pull out some. Look at this. I wonder if you guys can see this with me. See that up there, and it goes up. There's a hole there. Then look, there's 1, 2, 3 circles along that edge. It just looks like stuff that's tossed in on each other and just like filled with Martian dirt. These look like blocks. You know, who knows how far these things came. More and more. Look at the patterning and that. Interesting stuff to me. I love this stuff. Oh, let me hit down here too. There's even more stuff. Everywhere you look on this picture. Alright. Image, auto color. Yeah, let me get it off that white. It's not going to give me a good auto color. See? We know our stuff. Let's see. Look at this. It's interesting. 1, 2, 3 holes in it. Just the symmetry everywhere. What have I missed, guys? I've had to have missed something. Look at this right here. This looks like, now that looks like some metal or sheet metal or something. Look at this here. It comes down. Um, but look down. Look at that perfect cut or tear in that. It almost looks like a piece of sheet metal. Here, look how it comes down here. All right, we're gonna have to do this one too. See if we can't get this whole little area. The wind out there is just cranking. All right, look at that. You can see the shadow. It's cool. Look at the shadow under it. It goes up. Tell me that doesn't look like a piece of metal or something like that. Or here, there's another. What looks more and more symmetry and things. So this is an awesome picture, Richard. Thank you for saying. Here's one part of this I think that was cool. Here at the bottom of this piece, there's like a perfect rounded off there. Then there's these little pillar parts of it. See, this looks like a piece of machinery to me, or maybe a robot or something. Doesn't look like person, but like I said, I don't know. Hey, Richard could be right. I might be totally wrong. Here we got some more. Look at this thing. Looks like the old guitar, old pieces of junk. Something here. Something's going on right here. Image, auto color. See this right here? Isn't that interesting? What in the world is that? Looks like stuff's marked off. So we've got what looks like writing. We've got what looks like skulls. What looks like interesting piece. Look at this right here. Look at the symmetry here. This long piece here. Some stuff looks like actual vegetation. This picture's got a little bit of everything in it. I'll tell you what. This is definitely one to download. Look at the symmetry in all this junk. Like I said, here you've got it. Up here you've got it. It's everywhere. So, all right, guys, What's Up in the Sky 37, www.whatsupinthesky.com. If I haven't reached 10,000 subscribers by the time you're watching this video, go sign up at www.whatsupinthesky.com. You're automatically going to be entered to win the Lego Curiosity Rover, which is sitting up there in the box ready to be put together. I've got one up there behind me on the it's up there on the fireplace mantle that has one I've already made, but I've got a video somewhere back in the video backlog of me making the thing. So you guys, someone's going to win that thing. All over this picture there's stuff. I know I missed it. Comment below. Let me know what I missed. Love you guys. Feeling a little bit better this week. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Peace.